ever feel like drowning in just pure information? You know, like
Yeah.
bombarded, right, with data.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about like understanding the planet. The amount of Earth science data, mind-boggling.
It really is.
Over 100 petabytes, 100 million gigabytes. How can anyone even start to make sense of it all?
Well, that's a question scientists and researchers have been trying to figure out for years, honestly. We got these amazing tools for collecting the data, satellites, sensors, all that, but actually pulling out useful information
Yeah.
from that mountain of data. It's a massive challenge.
That is where this deep dive comes in. We're diving into this new tool, Earth Copilot. Microsoft and NASA working together.
Cool.
They're trying to make all this Earth science data less, well, intimidating and a lot more accessible.
I like it, like a universal translator for Earth science data.
Okay.
Yeah, this AI-powered software, it takes these really complex data sets, translates them into something anyone can understand.
So I don't need a PhD to understand this data.
Nope.
I can just ask Earth Copilot a question, just plain English.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you're talking to me, like a search engine. It's built for that.
So say I'm interested in like the wildfires in California.
Sure.
Could I ask what areas were most affected by the fires, or even like what caused them to spread so much?
Yeah, definitely. And this is what's really cool. Earth Copilot, it doesn't just give you like a list of facts.
Right.
It uses AI, cloud computing, pulls in tons of relevant data, weather patterns, vegetation maps, even like how many people live in an area, analyzes it all, presents it in a way that's easy to understand, even visualize.
So it connects the dots, gives you the context.
Exactly, like a whole team of experts behind the scenes answering your questions, all powered by some very cool technology. Microsoft's Azure platform for the cloud computing side of it, an OpenAI service for the AI. It can process huge amounts of data, get insights we couldn't get on our own.
So Earth Copilot, it's really sophisticated then. Can I download it now?
Not quite yet. It's still being developed. NASA researchers are testing it out, seeing what it can do, refining the answers. But the plan is to make it available to everybody. They want to add it to NASA's Visualization, Exploration, and Data Analysis project.
VIDO.
Yeah.
VIDA. Sounds futuristic. So what happens when Earth Copilot becomes part of VIDA? What kind of impact could that have on, well, everything?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting. Imagine anyone, doesn't matter how much you know about this stuff, everyone can understand complex Earth science data.
That would be pretty empowering.
Yeah.
But what about specifics? Like, how could Earth Copilot actually make a real difference? Any examples?
Oh, tons of examples. Like, think about scientific research for a second.
Okay.
Researchers, they could use Earth Copilot to go through decades of satellite data. Look at things like deforestation patterns or how sea levels are rising.
Yeah.
Track glaciers, see how ecosystems are changing, even study how cities affect air quality. And they could do all of this way faster than ever before.
It's pretty amazing. All the breakthroughs we could see, scientists finding new trends, figuring out threats before they become huge problems, coming up with better ways to tackle climate change and all these other challenges.
Right. And it's not just for scientists either. Imagine city planners. They could use Earth Copilot to model what happens when a city grows.
How so?
Traffic flow, energy use, even how diseases might spread. They could use it to design cities that are more sustainable, use resources better, make decisions that make people's lives better.
That's really cool. Earth Copilot could help people make smarter decisions, whether they're dealing with global issues like climate change or figuring out how to plan a city.
Exactly. And let's not forget about education, even just people being curious about the planet. Imagine a high school student using Earth Copilot to study how birds migrate or to track pollution in a local river.
That's amazing. We could have a whole new generation who really care about the environment, not just aware of the problems, but ready to do something about them.
Right. If we make this information available to everybody, Earth Copilot could change how we understand the planet, give people the power to make a difference.
Okay, I'm convinced it has tons of potential. But we should think about this carefully. Are there any downsides? Challenges we need to be aware of?
That's a good point. Any new technology has challenges, and we need to think about those from the start. One thing is data accuracy.
Okay.
Earth Copilot uses massive amounts of data, and that data has to be accurate, reliable.
So if the data has mistakes, it could lead to bad decisions.
Yeah, that's right. We have to remember Earth Copilot's a tool. Like any tool, it's only as good as what you use to make it. We need to make sure the data is good, and always be careful about the information it gives us.
We shouldn't just trust it blindly. We should use it as a starting point, do our own research, really analyze what it's telling us.
Definitely. And another thing to keep in mind is that we need to keep watching it. evaluating it. As more and more people start using Earth Copilot, we need to see how it's performing. Look for any biases it might have, make changes as needed.
So we can't just set it up and forget about it.
Nope. We need to keep refining it, making sure it's giving us good information.
This has been really interesting. I'm excited about Earth Copilot's potential, but I'm also thinking about the challenges, which is good. We need to be enthusiastic about this kind of stuff, but also think critically.
I agree. Absolutely.
So let's bring this back to our listeners for a moment. What would you say to someone who's hearing about Earth Copilot for the very first time? What's the one thing they should remember?
I think the biggest thing is that Earth Copilot, it could really make all this Earth science data available to everyone.
Yeah.
Like imagine a world where anybody, students, people making decisions, even just regular people, they can ask questions about the planet
Yeah.
and actually get answers that make sense.
That's a pretty amazing idea. It's like giving them the tools,
Yeah.
to understand how complicated the planet is
Yeah.
and to make good decisions about its future.
Right. Earth Copilot could completely change things.
It's almost like giving someone a key to this huge library filled with everything we know about Earth. And who knows what they'll find?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll discover new patterns in climate data, come up with new solutions to environmental problems, or just start to see how connected everything in our world really is.
Exactly. It's all about getting people curious, encouraging them to explore, and, in the end, helping them feel responsible for the planet.
So for everyone listening, think about it. If you had this tool, what would you want to know about our planet?
Yeah.
What question would you ask Earth Copilot? Would you want to know about how climate change is affecting your town? Or maybe you're curious about the ocean? The possibilities are huge.
It's all about giving you the power to really be part of the conversation about our planet's future, to ask those questions, to look for answers, and then use what you learn to make a difference.
We've talked a lot about what Earth Copilot could do, all the good things, right? And I'm excited about it. But we also need to remember to look at it carefully. We need to be aware of what AI can and can't do. Make sure the data we're using is accurate and reliable. And always question, the assumptions behind our analysis.
Absolutely. Technology is a powerful tool, but it's up to us to use it in a good way, responsibly.
So that wraps up our deep dive on Earth Copilot. Hope you found it useful.
I did.
It makes you think, right? We hope you keep exploring Earth science data.
Yeah.
Whether you're using amazing new tools like Earth Copilot or just looking at the world around you, there's always more to learn about our incredible planet. Keep asking those questions, keep learning, and keep caring for our Earth.